Well, I'll be damned, boys and girls. Our race car has an engine. Let's get into it. Alright guys, y'all know the drill. It's your boy Devin, aka Daddy Dev, aka Big D, aka the Naughty Boy. And we got a big mess going on right now. So we do have an engine for the sprint car. We're going to get into that for just a little bit. But we have a huge mess right here. I mean, everything's torn apart. We got parts coming in like crazy. We made progress on our trailer. There's so much to update you guys on.
It's gonna be a good day. Just gonna send it.
Got a lot of organizing to do. All my dad's crap is still back here. Got to take care of that so I can get a little more room to work. And then, of course, that bay is a total mess right now. My dad did some wood stove stuff, and he's not good at cleaning stuff up, so that'll probably be there a while. Did pick up some cool stuff in Harrisburg. I didn't make a video down there this year, just because I figured I'd be pretty busy. I brought down a lot to sell, a lot more than I expected, and I was right. We were pretty busy throughout the night. I was selling a lot of stuff and trying to find stuff to buy. I didn't come back with a whole lot, but I did come back with some pretty cool stuff. I'll show you guys most of that here in a minute. I did pick up a knee guard down there, which is pretty awesome. This stuff just came from Speedway. I got some brass bushings, the tool, a couple kingpins, because we're going to go through our front end and freshen that up. Kingpin bearings. I got the throttle rods for the linkage. Got a whole bunch of brand new torsion bars down there. Also got some cool front wing posts down there my buddy Kyle Pierce hooked me up with. I'm going to give those a try. Basically the wing screws into the side of them so it shouldn't puncture the wing if the car rolls or gets in a wreck. They're cool. We'll give them a shot. Basically got all the parts in to complete the car and be race ready aside from fuel lines. I got a plummet. I'm going to run new brake lines. And I'm waiting for my steering to come back from being freshened. And other than that, the only other work I'm going to do is take it up to our buddy Ron and have some outlaw bars welded in on each side. Just a standard safety update. I got my fuel pump down there. It's all fresh, ready to go. And of course, we got our motor sitting over here. All right, and there she is. We got a Hammaker 305 from down in PA, all complete with the Hillborn injection. It came with a set of headers, but I went ahead and ordered a brand new set after we got it home. And we got the filter with it too. We paid a pretty decent price for it, especially for the market right now. And trying to find parts for our block up there, the blanket. It was looking like we may not have made a race season next year. So we went ahead and bought this. Last owner stated it's only 7 races, I believe, since it was all freshened and gone through. It came with the fuel sheets. So we're going to run this for now. We're going to continue to order parts from our block up there. And basically, that one's going to be a no expense spared, best 305 I can build with the money I got. And then we're going to run this one in the meantime. And then when that one's done, we're going to have 2 motors. So always a good thing to have a spare. It's also a pretty amazing purchase. Just from the fact this is the most I've ever spent on anything race car related at one time ever. Yeah. I had less money into my 600 roller than I did that engine. And I have less money into my sprint car roller than I did this engine. So there's a little heartbreak in handing over that much cash, but gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, it's a pretty bad addiction. Better than drugs, but it'll take your money. So that's that.
In terms of money, we have no money.
We're gonna run out to the trailer. So we didn't pick up a ton in Harrisburg, like I said, but we did pick up a little bit. I did pick up this toolbox for 40 bucks, which is probably the best damn investment I have ever made, and I'm proud to say that. The locks were broke, like almost every used toolbox, but I mean, all the drawers are buttery smooth, and all my tools are nice and organized. Everything's nice and neat. It just looks good. And all those tools that were in there, and I even left some out, were in just that 3 drawer with the open bottom. Over here, we got the headers that came with the engine. We got the stacks and all that good stuff. And over here, we got the brand new Zimco 305 headers that I have hiding. If you've seen our trailer in the recent past, you would know it did not look like this. We've been low riding, and when you trailer, you're like, it shouldn't be sitting like that. I wonder what's wrong. The springs were wrong. All new springs, all new bolts, the middle bracket, all of it replaced, everything on both sides, and it just looks so much better. It sits so much better. I really didn't notice the problem until we were almost home from Harrisburg. So we had driven all the way down there, spent the night. We'd driven another 30 minutes in the other direction to go get the motor after the swap meet, because I found it on Marketplace. And we drove all the way back home, and we got about 25 minutes from the house, and a truck came up waving, and it was a younger kid in the passenger seat waving, and Petey, who went with us, he's in the back seat, he's like, hey Dev, you know this kid? And I see some random ass guy waving out the side of the trailer to us. I'm like, who the hell is this dude? So I'm like rolling down my window, swerving, trying to look at him, trying to look at the road, and he's like, dude, you're smoking. I'm like, oh shoot, okay, thanks man. I'm like, man, I don't see any smoke anywhere. We got out, pulled off at the next exit, checked everything over. Didn't notice anything. Got home, didn't notice anything. Nothing smelled off or looked off until we opened up the trailer door, and it smelled like burnt rubber. And it was just odd because we didn't understand. So we thought maybe we had cookers and stuff. Maybe something was still hot and just started burning a coat or something inside the trailer. Long story short, about a day or two after, Derek, crew chief Dare, was out here, and he's like, your fender is sitting on your wheel. Like, your wheel's touching the trailer. And I'm like, that makes sense. Came over, and it must have just been the way we were sitting before. We never noticed it until we were parked in our driveway. And this fender was sitting flat on this tire on both sides. And I'll dust off some pine needles so you can see. But I mean, that inside is bald, completely bald, where it's been rubbing. And there's burnt rubber marks all up in there. So I'm very fortunate whoever was looking out for us allowed us to make it home safely. Island boy, just trying to make it on the island boy. Wish I was on an island. It'd be a hell of a lot warmer. Be out here working in shorts. Fucking t-shirt. Shorts and a t-shirt, working on a race car. Those are the best days. I don't care if I'm sweating my balls off. So much nicer than being out here freezing to death. If you notice, I'm coming in my trailer to grab my own tools. That's because that thing is such a mess. I don't know where anything's at in there. And by the time I walk all the way out to my trailer to get a tool and go back in, it's quicker than even looking for a tool. Sweet. Both the torsion bar safety things are off now. So, if we're lucky, should be able to pull this bar out enough and slide it back through to hit the bushing, which I am right there. And I should be able to give it a good tap, and that other bushing should go flying out. So we're gonna give it a shot. So there's a little hammer here, I'll just be gentle. Bushing's coming out, it's almost there. One bushing out, went flying. These are the bushings that came out. They're just a piece of plastic, basically. And you got to ream them out with a reamer once you get them in there to get them smooth so the bar will spin smooth. The brass bushing I was talking about. And it looks pretty much identical, except it has this recess in here. You can see that lip, and that's supposedly supposed to keep all the grease in and all the dirt out. So we're going to see how well this works compared to the normal, just regular nylon ones that I've been used to running for a while. And then here is the full-size sprint car tool. And they make these in a variety of different shapes and sizes, but one thing they have in common is it's just a chunk of metal with this lathed down, so it fits perfectly inside of the bushing to drive it straight in. I had one you might have seen when I was running the micro. If I ever showed you, it was identical to this, except this part was cut and then it was just a solid piece of metal and you just hammered on the metal. This one is just a grade 8 bolt that they threaded and sealed into aluminum. And that's it. Once you get it pretty much straight, just go ahead and I'm going to give this a light few taps with a hammer and put in all 4 of them back here, and these will be all set and ready to go. I'll show you guys up top. Perfect. So that next step is to get the front end ripped apart. So in order to do that, we need to make some room. And this stack of tires that came off that Mach 1 that we're going to keep as spares, tires and wheels, they got to go over there in the trailer. So guess I'll do all the heavy lifting since none of y'all want to help, and we'll get this done. All as light as the steer tires. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe. We're going to have some more awesome content coming pretty soon. We'll check you guys later.
We've been more naughty than nice. It's in a nosy, yeah. It's a not so mad.